Hello Aquarius, and welcome back to Deku Tarot and to your mid-October 2020 reading. Thank you guys so much for being patient. If you are wondering why it's overhead and why it's so late, you probably didn't check me out over on Instagram. I did a little post explaining, but long story short, I had a skin allergic reaction that was really bad to a new facial product, and my skin is still healing, and I didn't have anything to shoot overhead while I was away, so that's why it's a bit late right now. We're using the Morgan Greer Tarot for your reading. If you guys haven't, do make sure to subscribe. Do make sure to leave me a comment, especially on what you're dressing up as for Halloween, if you are dressing up this year. And do check out your readings for your other placements, guys, and thank you for all the support. Let's check this out, though. Okay. But I feel a lot of, I think this is for everybody with Mercury retrograding in Scorpio, and I'm also doing this reading on that Libra new moon, so it's quite a time of reckoning. And I always feel that October is kind of that beginning, fresh slate sort of month, more so than January. I think that Samhain on the 31st is really quite a signifier of the new year, when the veil thins at the end of it and we're allowed to say, our hellos and goodbyes to ancestors, to past energies, and to bury things for good that need to be let go of, while also recognizing what is important for us to learn and feel from the past. In Aquarius, your readings have not been easy. The astrology has not been easy. I think for some of you, it might be a bit difficult this month when some past, maybe even traumatic type of feelings on events from the past come up. Things that maybe you've even thought that you've dealt with. And again, Mercury's retrograde, so bear with me as I flub through my words occasionally or speak like Yoda. But it's very interesting. And for some of you, might feel almost foolish and frustrated with yourself about something, feeling a fool for believing in something. And I feel like a lot of people's, I don't know if it's just the astrology, but this keeps coming up in a lot of readings, is the questioning of our own beliefs and where they really stand. In a lot of ways, our ideologies, what we have participated in, put effort, energy, love, faith, respect, all that good stuff into. And I feel like a lot of us are coming to terms with some of it not being what we thought it was. And that's a very dark feeling there when you get the full reversed in that Nine of Swords. Fear and realization that some of our actions may actually have been foolish, feeling again ashamed, frustrated, at a breaking point with. Something might have happened here. Might have. I think it's definitely happened. Or is happening in terms of a reckoning. And I think again, there's love here though as well. Look at this. These cards are popping up and they're all very interesting. This combination, they do come out together very often, and it's such a desolate, dark feeling of heartbreak, betrayal, frustration, shame, guilt. Just absolute descent of emotion. And I think a lot of you feel at fault for this happening, blaming ourselves. And yeah, it's important to take responsibility, especially I guess in Libra season where, we're seeing things in a very balanced way, where we're forced to take a real hard look at the truths that are coming up and treat them in the right ways. And especially as fixed air, that's really what you're doing. You're now able to put a better perspective on something, yet with all these dissenting energies, Scylla's going crazy now all of a sudden. With all of, especially we have so many planets in detriment, I can't even, I don't know if I'm going to be able to name them all. And correct me if I'm wrong, those of you who know astrology, I think it's like the moon, Saturn, Jupiter, Venus, Mars, like all of these planets are going to be in detriment, I believe, in mid-October here. So there's a lot of this really desolate, sad, fallen feeling. But as we inch towards Samhain and that full moon in Taurus, I mean, it's interesting and really beautiful, actually, that we have that new moon in Venus rule Libra, and then we go to Venus rule full moon in Taurus on the 31st. A lot of focus on the Venusian aspects, on building in those aspects, on love, on money, on what makes us feel comfortable, look comfortable, relationships. And there's new beginnings there, and an ability to love yourself through all of this and be proud that you've come through this. Yeah, we can be upset. We can, you know, say, yeah, this was my fault, but do I need to lament and, you know, treat myself poorly constantly because of it? No, you don't. And for those of you who are very worried about how money has been tied up in all of this, maybe a financial venture, something had to do with our career, our money, suddenly, again, this is quite a lost moment of, I put my eggs in this basket and that basket fell apart. Great, awesome. What do I do? Why did I believe in that so much? I did this to myself. But there's money on the other side of this. Maybe not even in the same thing, but you remember how much something else means to you, how much you love it. And again, this is just for those, I think, who are resonating as a career change, but there's a lot of stuff tied up in this. We're finding stability on the other side. I'm going to keep talking about it a little bit more vaguely, but it's finding stability by facing these really dark moments. And I think that you guys especially have been passive, facing some really heavy past traumas over the past year. And I think this is a real moment where we get to clear them out, where we get to really look at how they've been affecting us, on what we've been holding on to, on also secrets about how we feel in terms of love, our sexuality. All of that is really tied up in this, I feel, for some of you. The Mercury retrograde has brought back certain questions, feelings, things like that coming to the surface. What if I talked to that person again? Or what if I made that decision to go for that career? It's coming back up again. Choices we have to make. Feels to me like love and money is on the not on the chopping block, but really front and center when we have decisions to make about it. Feelings that we juggle. Passion that we juggle. We work on it and take it elsewhere. Or we sit where we're at and refuse to heal. I think for some of us, we see our true desires and wants here as almost greedy, negative in some aspect here. What is wrong with me? I can't speak. Aspect. But the Empress, when she is reversed, brings up a lot of almost like a laziness and inability to get past our greed on something, especially physical greed and passion. And again, there's a lot of shame, I feel like, wrapped up in this. And you have to really look this month at why you feel ashamed of certain things and why you put so much hate on yourself about these things that you actually do have a choice in and you don't need to feel that ashamed about. There's a lot of deep healing here in the light at the end of it, what feels like a very long tunnel, and finding yourself again, finding stability, finding also a new and better version of yourself that is, it feels like choosing something new, choosing new paths in love, choosing new paths in career to a lot of success. You have 3 aces here, so obviously there's a new beginning, and obviously we're maybe a little anxious and fearful about what it takes to get there, but in both of these aspects, there's love when we get to the truth of things. And being fixed air, you will be able to do so. And if you're hearing a weird noise in the background, it's not the Halloween soundtrack I have. It is Siska. He makes a very interesting noise. So, yeah. Let's get to an oracle card for you guys. Or actually, I kind of feel like there's some cards that are still left to come out. For those of you, again, that are stuck with this, I feel like a lot of you guys are really in a place about emotions and your choice in terms of love, what you're going to do about it, how to work on yourself to have this new beginning in love. What do we have to do? What kind of effort do I have to put in here? Oh, you've got to make a decision. You've got to make a decision about, it feels to me like how you feel about a certain person or a relationship, or how you feel about love being tied up with work. And those of you who know what that's about, you're going to know what that's about. I don't think I need to say anything else. But for some of you, love is tied up with work, and it makes things complicated, confusing, and forces you to make a decision. Be empowered in your choice. You will be. It feels like as we enter November, after that Taurus full moon, you'll have brought a lot of stability and power and, ooh, ouch, stubbed my toe there. But, yeah. Aquarius. Let's just take a moment to really look at this journey. What a beautiful journey it is. I think that a lot of you guys were ready for a very difficult time. And yeah, it is difficult, of course. But the rewards and what you get to kind of bring in, not kind of, what you do get to bring in here. And your rewards for facing these things head on and for all the pain and the difficulty that you've been through are very, very beautiful. So put work into yourself, and if it's a relationship and you have to make a decision about whether you want to put work into it or you want to leave, I can't tell you which decision to make. A lot of you feel very confident that you can be on your own, I can tell. And that's fine. You should if you do feel that way and if it's time. If you fear things being stable, finding happiness, finding love, bringing passion back into your life, and you know, if you fear not having that new beginning or what's going to happen when it does come, don't. It's very, very nice. Don't stay where you are because you get so used to it that you start to fear change. That love that you dream of is out there. That peace, that life that you've been manifesting through. It feels like a long time that you've had a lot of faith in. It's out there. It's different than what you thought it was, I think, but it's out there. And you realize that you're still hurt, I think, by some things from the past year. And by realizing that this month and working through it, you really open yourself up and open up your opportunities to get here. It's really, really nice. All right, I'm going to pull an oracle now. Wow. You and Capricorn's readings are very, feels like upfront. Meanwhile, I feel like some people got very deep and intense. Like Virgo's read was, oh my God, that was a lot. But let's see here. Aquarius, message for Aquarius and guidance. Ooh, I mean, look at this. Joy. What a beautiful card here. Finding joy, rejoicing in the present. Take time to find joy in your life here. Take time to put effort into that, to what makes you happy. And, you know, weave joy into the things that are not joyful in your life, or find a way to put that forefront. It is time to find the joy in this moment and to find that joy more often. Should this card come up in your divination, it heralds the arrival of more happiness and profound joy into your life. It is a good omen. Actively seek pleasure and build more of the things that give you personal joy and laughter in your life. After all, we build in appointments for the dentist. Why not for our own pleasure? Gorgeous. All right, I love you guys so, so much. Have a wonderful and blessed rest of October. Happy Halloween. Happy Samhain. If you want to book a private reading, all that information is below in the description box. I am taking, I'm doing a discount for 30-minute readings as well as 1-hour readings up until the 31st, so take advantage of that. Check me out over on Instagram if you want to get 30% off of a compatibility chart, astrology birth chart, numerology chart that is extremely in-depth. Like, they send you like 8-9 pages of information. It's crazy. Check out Truly Divine. Use my code Deku30 for 30% off. You can use it as many times as you want. Share it with as many people as you want. And all that information is also right below my video in the description box. Have a wonderful and blessed rest of the month, guys. I love you so much. Namaste.